All right, Shalom. I want to first start off giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakak Wadash, double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, the men that taught us this truth through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakak Wadash, and peace and blessings unto the elect of the nation of Israel. And it's just going to be a quick video going into the fact that, America is going down, according to biblical prophecy. Before this place, first off, America is going to be, I won't say this, America is going to be destroyed, okay? Physically obliterated, okay, by thermonuclear missiles, okay, which is going to happen through a third world war. We read about that in, I believe, Revelation, the 16th chapter, where it talks about the war of Armageddon. Okay. That's referring to the Third World War. The scriptures talk about the third woe. Okay. The first woe is past. The second come quickly. I'm sorry, the matter of fact, I'm gonna get the scripture, Salaki, so I don't mangle how it's worded. Let me get one of them anyway. So give me a second to find it. Where is it at? Okay, Salaki, took me a little second to find the scripture. One of them, so I bring out one. This is Revelation chapter 9 and verse 12. It says, one woe meaning destruction, is past, talking about the First World War. And behold, there come two woes or two destructions. World war really is referring to world wars more hereafter. Okay, so we know we didn't have a World War One. There's been a World War Two, and World War Three is on its way. And through that war, America is gonna get wiped out. And that's not an opinion. That's biblical prophecy. Okay, it's all throughout the scriptures. All right. And one main thing happen before that ultimate destruction comes is America is going to continually and rapidly just spiral down the drain economically, So that's really what I want to get into, the downfall of America, but the really focusing on the debt that this place is in, So if you look at the U.S. debt clock, get on the Google, type in U.S. debt clock. They have the U.S. national debt, which is 22 trillion and climbing. But if you go down to the bottom, closer to the bottom right side of that U.S. debt clock, you got a title called U.S. unfunded liabilities. And the main thing that's factored in to give you the amount of debt, that's really the total debt right there. Okay, and it's really higher than that. If you do your research, you can watch it, get on the YouTube and look up some videos on the true debt of America. And there's videos on it. You can also watch the apostles put me on to these men, Peter Schiff and Gerald Celente, and there's others, but those are some of the two two main ones that I that I watch from time to time. All right, and they'll go into the true debt of America is really about around 200 trillion. But if you look on that U.S. debt clock under the title unfunded U.S. unfunded liabilities, it'll say 125 in climbing trillion, 125 in climbing, because it's steady. The numbers are steady going up trillion, and they factoring in Social Security. Okay, the Social Security debt, I believe Medicare and something else, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so the true debt, is way greater than 22 trillion. You see? And that's a big indicator that this place is going down. It's in it's in so much debt that the debt really is what's the word I'm looking for? It's unpayable. The debt can't be paid on that. So let me bring this out real quick in the book of Habakkuk, scripture I like to go to a lot, because this is definitely right here. And Habakkuk is referring to America, the so-called white man's, basically the capital of his empire. Okay. So don't we have in America Capitol Hill in Washington D.C. So let's see this Habakkuk chapter 2 verse verse 6. It says, "Shall not all these take up a parable against him?" Him is talking about the so-called white man. Okay. It says, "And a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his." That's a key indicator. Who this is talking about? Who increaseth that which is not his? The so-called white man. He's been doing it ever since he came into power. Okay? Taking over the resources of the world, stealing them, and they don't belong to him. Okay? He's a thief. Right? And it says, how long, and to him that laden himself with thick clay. And we know we go into this word often. If you go into that word, thick clay in the Hebrew, it's ibadyat. And it means heavy debt. Not just any old debt, heavy debt. And 200 trillion is heavy debt. You see? So all this talk about making America great again, and the unemployment numbers are better than what they ever been, and all this business, this talk about job creation, and in the minds of the people of America, that this is gonna get better, and America is on the rebound, and all this is all a pipe dream. You see, because America's this so-called white man's kingdom is in a position of destruction. It's in a difficult position, and it ain't coming out of it. Thus said the scriptures. Thus said the Most High. Right? Now, another thing I want to go into, this ain't gonna be nothing in depth. I'm just speaking on the decline of this place. America's in heavy debt. This place is in deep debt. And if you go in and you listen to any of these economic trend specialists, I named a couple of them, Peter Schiff, Gerald Celente, they go into it. And there's others, there's others. There's no way for America to get out of this. Okay, why? Because this place is deemed for destruction. Okay, it has to. It's time. America's time of ruling this planet is over with. Okay, and it's going down rapidly. And something else we got going that they got, well, not we, but I'm saying we uh, dealing with is businesses shutting down. It's projected that about 12,000 more businesses are gonna shut down before or close before the end of this year. We go to Isaiah. These are go-to scriptures. When we talk about there's basically it's gonna come a point in time where everybody is gonna be out of work, and we in the preliminary stages right now. So go to the book of Isaiah 19 real quick. I'm gonna hit another scripture and I'm gonna wrap this video up because I didn't want to make it long. I just want to just push that energy out there. America's going down. This place is it has a incurable debt, can't be fixed. The book Isaiah 19, and I'm gonna get straight to the point. 19 and 15, it says, "Neither shall there be any work for Egypt," and this Egypt is not talking about ancient Egypt or the Egypt over there in Egypt, or it's not talking about Egypt. It's talking about America. Okay, if you read this chapter with understanding, and we know that the Bible refers to America as Egypt because you go to Revelation 11 and 8. It talks about that great city where the Israelites will be spiritually dead, or their dead bodies shall lie in that great city, which is spiritually called Sodom and in Egypt, right? It says, "Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or wrist may do." So all the big CEOs and the big executives of these companies, they're going to be out of work, and all the way down to the labor force is going to be out of work. Now, we just seeing, this happen on a small scale, but it's going to come a point in time where there ain't going to be no work in this place, okay? All right. Now, let me hit this last scripture. And what does that mean? There's no jobs. That's a sign of a failing economy or a failed economy. And that's a sign of whoever's in power losing their power. You see? Ecclesiastes chapter 12. Like I say, these are the go-to scriptures when we're talking about job loss and businesses shutting down, in particular here in this country, but this is going to happen worldwide, And who's ruling the world? The so-called white man's ruling the world. Esau. Because the Most High gave him this earth to rule. According to Job 9 and 24, Esau is ruling. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. This man is running this place. All right, this is Ecclesiastes 12, verse 3 and 4. It says, "In those days when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease," or in other words, employees cease, because they are few what? Few jobs. "And those that look out the windows be darkened, and the doors shall be shut in the streets, when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low." And that's another thing. These artists, that's a sign that this place is going down. People are not able to buy music. Well, really everybody is, really getting it free through the internet, But these entertainers that make music, they're not making money off of record sales, okay, or selling albums. They're making money off of through the various ways through the internet, performing shows, doing concerts, things like that. Getting into maybe some other type of business venture to make money, but the actual music is not making money like one at one point in time. When we had tape cassettes and CDs was, CDs, nobody's popping in a tape cassette or a CD really no more. Everybody is, we're in a different time now. Listening to this music through your aux port or your satellite radio or whatever, and these artists was making money based upon record sales. You see how many records, whether they was going gold or platinum or whatever. You see, plus mainly the quality of the music is garbage. People ain't talking about shit but wickedness. The morality of this place, especially our people, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. At one point in time, they was so-called, talking about something, They wasn't just talking. They wasn't talking about killing and committing adultery and doing all these different drugs and all this type of madness. The quality of the music is dropped. That's a sign that this place is out of here. But going back to the part where it says that the doors shall be shut in the streets. Like I said, I looked up on the USA Today on the internet, and it said that they're projecting about 12,000 more businesses to shut down this year. That's not a good sign. And it's all kind of things going on, man. Dealing with just the economy and, with these tariffs, these trade wars, okay? It's really a lot to go into, but I'm just touching the surface on a couple of things and really speaking ultimately that America is going down. This place is in heavy debt, okay? People are in fear for their jobs. They don't know, people on these jobs know that any given day they can lose that job, that they don't have no job security. Employers know that at any given time their business could be doing okay or pretty good, or it can be doing bad. That's why these temporary agencies are in business, so that these companies can hire temp workers just in case the business is not doing well. They can cut the head count. Also, they don't have to give those employees benefits. You see, so they can regulate the expense of running the company better by having a number of temporary workers work these different jobs. So with that, that's it. Lord willing, this video was edifying and exhorting to the spirit, And once again, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakak Kwadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, the men that taught us this truth through the spirit, and peace and blessings unto the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom.